Thursday, June 18th, 2020. Good morning from Europe. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, guys. Piotr here, this is Light Forex Global YouTube channel. Thursday, it's a Bank of England day, right? So we are going to discuss British pound based on the few charts. But before we start with the chart, short comments from me.
Hi guys, there is a chance for another beautiful day. Hopefully that's what we are going to get, Thursday. But it's also Bank of England day and we are going to discuss pound. Overall, with latest dollar weakness, pound skyrocketing when it comes to the GBPUSD. Right now, post FOMC, we see pound is trying to get back to reality, right? Moving below 26.40, it's like going back into the reality. We've seen the latest GBP UK figures, like minus 20% GDP month to month. So it looks like somewhere on the horizon, right? No one is gonna to tell us straight. Somewhere on the horizon, we have some kind of the upcoming huge recession, and taking into the consideration what is going on still with COVID-19 in UK, that how the Brits played out the COVID, well, still huge danger there in my opinion. Another big factor is a Brexit, right? The question is if we are going to get that Brexit, but of course BJ is moving around. Yeah, I want to have a deal by autumn. Where? But the EU guys saying, okay, but give us some kind of the ground, right? Well, we will see. So overall, and theoretically, guys, theoretically only, because I can't move the market, so that's the most important thing. If I would, I would sold hardly pound. Anyway, so with this all informations and the possibility of the dovish Bank of England today, pound theoretically got the chance to move lower. But of course, very often market is doing irrational things, so be very careful. Eventually lower your exposure, watch carefully what is going on. Well, there's always possibility for some kind of the positive hawkish surprise, but I don't think so it's going to happen this time. So let's have a look, let's check a few charts. See you there.
Alright, let's start with the cable. As I mentioned, guys, well, first thing first, I can't move the market, and market, don't forget, market may stay irrational longer than what we can afford to hold and lose. So be very careful, do your own research, do your own homework. I'm going to try to fade pre or post Bank of England eventual pound rally. I would prefer to see the spike post Bank of England, right? But anyway, we will see. When it comes to the cable, the most important information here is that the bears were able, right, after pre-FOMC fireworks, to push pound back below 26.40. This week we retest these levels and been rejected again, right? And we are trying to hold levels close to 25, some kind of the psychological level, with the possible creation of the over under around 24.90, right? But I think I think that this type of the price action, some kind of the 1-to-1, right, could be in play. And if we are talking about this initial move of 350, so 350 from here is going to be around 2350, and 2350 is this untested base over here, right? We have few important levels before, like for example this one, the local weakness here, right? And especially here I would take into the consideration not upper shadow, which has been tested already, but I would take into the consideration the base here, opening and closing, and some kind of the 50% of that zone, right? That's giving us the level of 1-to-1. So that's what I see. And of course, probably at all of these levels, the bulls are gonna try to, you know, create some kind of the bottom. I think we should see the speed up below Monday low, below weekly open and Monday low. We should see some kind of the acceleration to the downside. Well, so what I would like to see is some kind of the retest of this week high somewhere towards 26.40. If we are going to see this type of the spike, I'm going to try to reject and try to take the advantage of the short side. So that's the intraday chart, and as you can see here, after the failure at the top and move below, we activated the supply visible here to the left, right? But we never retest that one. So that's what I would like to see. But that's the top of that range, right? As I mentioned, 26.40. That's the 26.40. Here is also around 26 the supply, but that one been tested immediately after the after the break over here. All right, 26.15. So that's what I'm looking for when it comes to the pound. Of course, there are few buyers around, and initially levels related to the weekly open, right, and the low, right, based on this possible over under and based on the possible demand zone over here. That's where I do expect some buyers. So I would like to see maybe during the beginning of the London session stop count to the downside, 24.80, Riley back, that would be 100 something pips. Hard to imagine it's going to happen, but that's the pound. Overall, I'm looking to sell post Bank of England spike. Would be great to see 26.40 level. Next one is the euro pound, and here I'm looking to buy euro pound, right? Here I'm looking to buy euro pound. No change in view. Lately we've seen some kind of the consolidation, all right, and we are trying to hold above 50% of that consolidation, but of course 0.9 supply weighed lately for quite a few times. So well, if we are going to see the pound spike, it could have two ways of that spike, in my opinion. It could be first stop count based on the bottom of that consolidation, then eventually rally, or in case of also euro weakness, we might retest 50% of the previous consolidation levels close to 87.70, so we might see this type of the price action, right, eventually. 09 for now, huge supply, but I think if we are going to move above the levels close to 93, are gonna be the next one. The bullish case, invalidation of that bullish case below 87 in my opinion. Right now we are trading around 89.65, right? So buying deep on euro pound, name of the game in my opinion. The next one, I've been trying based on the fireworks at the beginning of the week. I've been trying to be on a long side from the intraday perspective. Been stopped out, if you remember. Anyway, very similar situation to what we have on the cable. Move and close below Monday low could accelerate the move to the downside. We are already below the weekly open, so here pound is very weak versus Japanese yen, right? So in case of the 1-to-1 move, that was almost 140. Here we have like 133.50, so we have six and a half figure. So if we are going to make the measure from 136.50, so that's giving us 130, maybe the stops or closing business a little bit below, and finishing this swing low. So we know where we are from higher time frame perspective. Let's have a look if there is a possibility to join in a proper manner. First thing first, this is the possible supply based on this 1 hour chart, right around the daily open. Okay, the problem is that we haven't hit these stops based on the swing low, so the opposite side could work with that swing low here, right? So what I would do here, I would make the measure of this initial move to the downside, right? It's 134.50, 133.70, 80 pips. In case we are going to see move higher, I would make the measure of that 80 pips to the upside, and that's giving us 135.30. That would clean all those stops we have and seen here. And then some kind of the rejection, trying to visualize this, I would like to see something like this at the end, and that would be my short setup from there. All right, so overall we know what we are looking for. Again, I cannot move the market, guys, so it's not that, well, it's sure thing that we are going to go lower. Again, if everyone is going to expect pound to go down, of course pound got the big chance to go higher. That's the market reality. So be careful, don't be trapped. All right, do your own research, trade wisely. It was my pleasure to prepare the update for you. See you around. Take care. Goodbye.